So keep relax your body and be comfortable with your posture. Your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and bring your attention to your body and gently close your eyes, please, and focus your mind to this bell sound. So while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, relax your breathing with your thoughts. Do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the blessed one, the exalted one, the enlightened one. So relax your body and bring your attention to your body. And scan head to toes yourself and say Sopateva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation, and later observe the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness within any experience come to you related to inhalation, exhalation. So in the beginning, we're going to relax our body step by step. Following my words, mentally relax your body. Relax your head. Relax your forehead. Relax your eyebrows. Relax your eyes. Relax your ears. Relax your nose. Relax your upper lip. Relax your lower lip. Relax your chin. Relax your whole face muscles. Relax your teeth. Relax your tongue. Relax your mouth. Relax your throat. Relax your neck. Relax your shoulders. Relax your arms, elbow, forearms, palms, fingers, fingertips. Relax your whole back muscles and relax your spine. Relax your chest and relax all abdominal muscles. Relax your lungs. Relax your heart. Relax your liver. Relax your kidneys. Relax your gallbladder. Relax your pancreas. Relax your small intestine. Relax your large intestine. Relax all abdominal organs. Relax your buttock. Relax your thigh. Relax your knee. Relax your calf muscles. Relax your foot and relax your toes. Relax your whole body muscles, tendons, ligaments, bone marrows, and whole skeleton. And release the tension in your mind and keep relax your face muscles. So bring your attention to in front of your nose and your upper lip area. Deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation in front of your nose. So slowly and gently observe the sensation. Through the sensation, recognize this is inhalation, this is exhalation. So don't try to inhale or exhale, just allow it to happen naturally itself. While it happens, just recognize, do nothing extra. Be aware about your posture, and if your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. Simply learn to observe and recognize without thinking about. See the beginning, the middle, and end of the inhalation, exhalation, and follow the entire continuation. Also, see the depth and the length. In some inhalation, exhalation become longer, shorter, heavy, soft, warm, cold. Just recognize. Bring your attention to any sensation and see how things change moment by moment. Objects and subject both change at the same time, and recognize the impermanent, unsatisfactory nature and selflessness. Bring your attention to your body. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one, out of anger or ill will, wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all six directions at once. like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, once upon a time in a Zen temple, there was an enlightened monk called Banki. So everybody come to listen to this enlightened master. And he was well known everywhere. And daytime, nighttime, a lot of people always gathering and listening to him. And close to his temple, there was a very macho guy, kind of like a gangster. And he always used to do things to get attention from other people. And he was he got very disturbed out of this all the people gathering and listening to this Banki. And he thought to go and challenge him because no one put any attention to him, and everybody go to this little monk, and he's just sitting and talking, that's it. And but this young strong gangster used to do a lot of physical actions to get the attention, but no one used to care about that. So one day he got so mad and he entered to the temple. And once he entered, he saw a huge crowd was were listening to this venerable Banki. And he was on a little stage and with very minimum items and just sitting, and he was talking. And then from the far away from the hall, and this person start to shout, "Hey Banki, what you doing? You cheating. You are so ignorant. and you teaching wrong things. You just sitting and talking. You don't have any idea about life. And people say you are enlightened, and there's nothing like that. You just keep sitting and talking. This all the ignorance people come to you. If you are so capable and argue with me and try to make me a disciple, make me a student of you. And the Venerable Banki was talking when he was he put his head down while he was talking, and when you hear that, he look at that, then all the crowd was so shocked because no one talked like this way. And the Venerable Banki was so calm, relaxed, didn't say anything in the first moment. And everybody shocked and thought, what's next? What's next? And then Venerable Bankis, with this very calm, relaxed, compassion voice, told, so let's have a discussion a little bit first. I want to listen to you. You don't need to listen to me. I like to listen to you. Do you have anything to tell me? And this gangster told, of course, I want to argue with you. So the Venerable Banki told, please come forward, and told everyone to give the space to him to come forward. And he was so proud. And he gave the same, and from his stage, he gave the same seat to him and told, come to my right side. So let's have a discussion. And he was so proud because everybody sitting under that monk, and now he, in the first appearance, this is the first time he get into the temple, and he was so proud because why? Now he get the ability to sit with the same height and the same stage in front of all the crowd, because he is the person who used always look for attention. And he thought, oh wow, so my argument going to work. And so Venerable Banki told, please come, sit here. And everybody, some people came, students came and make a chair for him. So he sat from the right side of the Banki. So Venerable Banki to look like this and told, oh, and from my right side, I cannot see you very clearly. I want to see your face very clearly. And I want to hear you very clearly. So can you come to my left side? And this person was so proud. And now he's so happy. So what he did, he took his chair and then slowly went to the left side of the monk and sat there. And the Venerable Banki told, oh, you are so good. You are very innocent. And you are very humble. And I don't need anything else from you, because you already listened to me. That's enough for me. And by listening this gangster understood that there is nothing to argue with that, because he already became a student of the Banki. And this is a story. When you look deeply in day-to-day life, if you look very carefully, there are some thoughts arise within ourselves regarding our own understanding and challenge us, not the outside people. our own thoughts sometimes challenge us. And there are some thoughts inside us, emotions inside us, and it always look for attention. It look for attention. It is mostly, it is not, need to make these emotions more personal. That is the very behavior of this human nature. Billion years ago, whoever used to be in this world as human beings, or after eons by eons, whoever going to be here, when this human form, they all going to have same kind of emotions. Look at the human history. Do you think that the people's emotions became matured than your previous generations? Oh, it is the same. Because it is just a very chemical reaction of your brain. And once it become a current, it need to maintain. So that maintain, it's kind of like, that's where it release necessary kind of like chemicals to look for feedback. So that is where we react to that. But if you resist and hold it deeply, then it becomes stronger. But in the very first level, if you look very carefully and see it and accept it, so whatever the thoughts come to you, without separating something, and if you accept it and open your heart and open your mind to that, whatever the emotions that come, that emotions has power to bring your wisdom. That is what call you transforming your emotions to intelligence. So that is a big psychological science nowadays. How to transform your emotions to intelligence. So one of the thing is, in the very first level, you should have the wisdom to understand and accept it as a kind of like a soiled, rather than depending and feeding to it and go with it and hold it to harboring to your own emotions. In the very first level, you have to understand it as a very good resources, and it is a soiled energy for you to gain the wisdom. So that is the first wisdom you should have. Because when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, you don't look anything beyond your mind to gain the liberation. Your mind has 100% capability and capacity within yourself to attain to this enlightenment. Only thing is, you have to properly cultivate it. That cultivation means not something put into it. You slowly start to clean it up. So once you start to clear it properly, what will happen? Your mind start to develop itself and recognize things very clearly. So once you develop that recognition, in that recognition, whatever you gain as understanding, it become your wisdom. So in day-to-day life, so whatever the difficulties come to you, whatever the emotions that you have, because without that we cannot live. In the very basic level, from childhood to young age to elders, through this life journey, that the emotions is a very basic natural thing happening to us. But the thing is, mostly sometimes some people 100% surrender to the emotions and give up everything and go with it, and others completely try to reject it, block it, and resist it and go against it. So in these two ways, in the both ways, the life become a struggle. But if you understand that you cannot separate your life from whatever the behavior or whatever the nature that you belong, so then how you can do this, how you can develop this? in the very first level, how you can transform these emotions to intelligence. In the very first level, you have to understand just maintaining life is not your purpose. You as a person, that you look for higher level of awareness, understanding, and experience, and the liberation. So in the very first level, if you able to recognize it, and then you're not going to stuck with whatever the moment of experience. Because when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, especially when it comes to the Vipassana meditation, it is a very critical and analytical method. You're not going to just sit down and go with the thoughts. No. You recognize and you accept it. You're not going to resist anything, but you accept it. And at the same time, you're not going to go with it. So that is a different science, because we didn't learn it in day-to-day life. Mostly what we does, we go with things. If we like, we go with it, or if we don't like, we reject it and stay away from it. That is what we keep to do. All the physical material things, that is what we keep doing in life. But there is another way in life. So that called Cheto Vimukti. You can liberate from the thought pattern, from these two extreme levels, rather than go with something or rather than rejecting something. And you start to see through whatever the experience happening, you start to recognize that whatever the thoughts that happening within yourself, and no need to hold it to anything. The thoughts come as a result of your own experience. And there is no moment or there is no place to hold. So that transformation, that understanding called Cheto Vimukti. You liberate from your thoughts. So that is a kind of like a liberation in this spiritual practice. It is very necessary. See that I give a very basic conventional example to understand what is this, how this. Look, as a child, you used to play with toys. And when you become a teenager, you still little bit hold it to that, but little by little, you start to go away from it. And when you become matured and when you become young, you're not hating that toys, but at the same time, you don't have that much desire to hold it to that. So you transform to something. And you're not stuck with it, and you didn't hate it. You transform to something. And as teenagers, as a young age, you used to like things. And maybe you go shopping and always buying cloth, handbags, ornaments, and maybe gadgetics, many electronic items. You used to buy things. But by the time you understood something and things change, it is not you thought and you took a conscious decision, oh, things change, this is no need anymore. No, that by naturally you start to absorb a certain kind of understanding to you. And with that understanding, naturally, whatever in your closet, no one told you to throw it away, get it out. And whatever the things that you used to collect, and naturally, you start to think, this is enough for me. And when you get old, so in a certain level, without telling somebody or without even following any kind of ideas or the thoughts or the teachings, naturally you come to a place to understand this is enough for me. See how your thoughts transform. So in a deeper level, your experience depend on time, space, and matter. Time, space, and matter. Your thoughts always depending from that. So once your mind able to understand that dependent nature, that is where your liberation happen from the thoughts. So that's naturally you start to release from the mind, and that is where you start to recognize. So whatever thoughts come to you, it's come as a result of your experience. It is not something personal to yourself. When the experience change, when that your perception change, when the environment change, you change, your thoughts change. So that is where this recognition itself release you from the idea of, oh, this is me, I have this kind of ideas, I have this kind of thoughts. So like that, you transform from the self-centered view and related with the thoughts and related with the time, space, and the matter. And the important thing, this energy come from inside you. That is what called emotions. The way you react to time, space, and matter. This is a natural process, is your emotions. So then what you have to understand, rather than becoming so crazy regarding your emotions, rather than holding, oh, this is me, or rather than rejecting it, just learn to let it be a little bit. But what you have to do, when it is there, little bit find the gap to react to that. When an emotion arises, find a little gap to react to it. That little gap will transform you to intelligent. That little gap, to create that little gap, you need a certain kind of understanding and wisdom. So it is another way, another way to analyze this. That's why the vipassana is mainly the analytical manner. You have to have this analytical knowledge. Otherwise, the system, mechanism in you, in day-to-day life. So this is what, when the perception happen, that when something come to your eye, object, eye, and because of these two, the eye consciousness arise. So it is a consciousness. That consciousness bring the recognition. It is only can done by eye. So the ear, sound, the ear mechanism come together, ear consciousness arise. It is not happen just automatically. There is a reason, there is a mechanism. So you have to know that mechanism. Nose, the aroma, so that is the object, and then your mechanism of the nose. It is not this nose, the inside, the whole, the mechanism of the nose. When this all two together come, the nose consciousness arise. Tongue, the outside, tongue object, that means the taste or the food or anything, and it come with the tongue, the mechanism of the tongue consciousness arise. It is a consciousness. You cannot neglect it. And the body and the sensation is the object, and once it come together, body consciousness arise. So the mind, the ideas. So when the ideas arise to the mind, and then the mind consciousness arise. So when that consciousness arise, that all related to the that eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, that related to consciousness, there is a recognition happen. That recognition is related with your brain. This all your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind related with the brain. So eye consciousness arrives, and then out of that consciousness, feelings arise, sensations arise, formation arise, and recognition arise. So before the recognition arise, what is happening? The emotions means when the eye consciousness happens, in that very moment, there is a deeper current keep going towards the eye with your thought pattern. In that thought pattern, when the icons, when whatever come to your eye, in that thought pattern itself start to get mixed with the eye consciousness, and then whatever the information coming from the outside, you accept it. So as example, it like this. You watching TV, and then you're watching a movie or drama or documentary or something you're watching. Then there's an ad coming. So then suddenly there's ad come, and then it oh, this is the world famous, most beautiful pen. And then it's come to your eye and recognize it as an eye consciousness. So then you have the current, the mental formation, thought current, and related to all the history and the beauty and the success, these all things you keep thinking. So it is a thought current. And then this come and tells, oh, this pen is the most advanced pen and successful pen in the world. So then what happening? When it come to eye consciousness, it say that the advertisement say buy this, and you accept it. And then you buy it. And suddenly you just go and order it. So who told that? The outside resources told you to buy this. And then you go with it. So whatever you hear, when the outside information says something and you surrender to it and go with it, that is the very nature of the emotions. So emotions never allow itself to reject that whatever the outside things, and always take you to that place. So even you watching TV or maybe documentary, then it show about uh, kind of like a retreat place or kind of like a hotel or beach and very beautiful. When you see it itself, so that is the information coming from outside, and that information build up with the certain idea. What is that idea? Whoever see this should come to visit this place. So that is the idea they build. So that is the information deeply try to give that advertisement to you. So then when you watch it, what happening? Suddenly you surrender to that idea, and then you go with it. So then imagine 100 people, if 100 people make 100 advertisement, what will happen? When within 1 hour, if you keep watching the TV, So in that 1 hour, if you see 10 advertisement, after that 1 hour, what will happen to you? Your mind become a mess. Why? Because everything that you saw, you accept that, you accept that, you accept that. So like that with our eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind. So whatever the information come to us, and once you start to go with it, your inside your life become a mess. That mess, that struggle, it itself our real experience. So then there is a way that you can break it down. You can reverse this pattern because you cannot change the world. So then the Cheto Vimut in the very first level, what is happening? When something come to your eye consciousness, rather than your deeper inner consciousness go with that, you allow that eye consciousness to come, form, feeling, sensation, formations, allow it to pass this all and allow it to come to the middle of your deeper awareness. And still you don't react to that. When something come to, if you able to develop a method, when it appear with the eye consciousness rather than going to that, if you able to hold it, wait little bit, and if you able to allow that eye consciousness to pass, form, feeling, sensation, formation, when it till it come to recognition, and what will happen? All the emotions start to transform to intelligence. That's why it called, if you in a way, in a Hindu tradition, there is a saying, if you learn to wait, you will meet the God. So if you learn to wait, you will meet the God. So that is what it says. Because rather than jumping with the outside desire, whatever the information coming from outside, and if you able to hold it a little bit in that 1 second or 2 seconds or 3 seconds, and your chemical system, entire brain and your entire body start to change. But this holding process is not easy. Why? Because from the samsara, we have a habit to go with the current. It called deeply Chandarag, Chandarag. It even beyond us, even it beyond this time, it already overtook our tomorrow, next week, next month, even it's kind of like already released arrow, and it keep going, keep going, keep going. But there is a way you can slow down it. How? That is what that we call sati. So once you recognize this process yourself, in the very first thing that you have to remember, you are responsible regarding your life. So you are responsible regarding you. You are responsible regarding who you want to be. So then first learn that yourself. Teach your children and teach your brothers, sisters, or teach your friends, and give that ability to them to take a decision. So, and once you have that ability, what will happen? When somebody says something to you, oh, buy this or take this, and you're not going to go with that. It is scientifically proved psychological experience. If you able to take the 100% authority regarding your life, when you see an advertisement, you're not going to buy that. But in life, we always and try to develop a self-centered, egocentric life. And then what we does in day-to-day life, we try to maintain others according to the way that we want. And then what happening later? And then they also, whoever surrender to you, when they have opportunity, they also start to overtake someone else's life. So that is, it's a that is how the society learn. If you want to keep the authority regarding yourself, and then you give a hard time to somebody, and whoever become that the victim, and then when that person have the opportunity to do something, that person also repeat the same thing. And it's a very psychological method. And whoever as a child if that abuse in that time, when they become young, mostly they also abuse others. So same thing, wherever that whatever happened, it keep repeating, then to go with that. So then remember, if you recognize you are responsible, so that is a very fundamental, that the teachings in the Buddha's mano pubbangama dhamma, your mind is the forerunner, you are responsible, you are capable. So then when somebody say this is good, maybe it is good for that person. Who is that person to decide regarding you? And how that person think it should be in your house? How that person, even you don't saw that, you don't know that person, and you have never idea, this is the first time you saw this, and this person say, buy this, you, without this you cannot live, and then you believe that. So why you go with it? You cannot, that's the thing, you cannot get out this world if you go with the others thoughts, ideas, the concept. So then the very important thing, you have to develop very critical, analytical, the method inside you, and recognize you are responsible for your own life. When you take that idea and when you take that decision, your entire emotional, chemical reactions change and help for you. That is where most of the people became very success, and they went toward it. And whoever attained to enlighten in the samsaric journey, and they got the help out of their own thoughts. See, then rather than believing the outside world, and why you cannot take responsible regarding you, and then you get out of the pain, then you get out of the drama, then you get out of the difficulties. So why you don't want it? Why you want always that drama, hard time, difficulties, sad, worry, unhappiness like that? Because the Buddha in the Buddhism, it's really talk about this human life. It's not about the heaven or the hell or the deities, or even though it mentioned, it's really talk about the real, very physical, organic problem of this human life. Nothing else. So that is about you. That is about what you experience. So in the very first level, you have to have understanding. I want to get out of this rather than go with it. If you have that understanding, that thoughts, you start to look for some change. That change called Cheto Vimukti. In the deeper level, it explains another way, but just to practice point of view, because you decide. When you decide this is enough for me, there is no way that somebody can hold you. You have that power. So then rather than feeding to this world, start to get the energy out of it, use it. You can do that. Look at that monk, how he accept that gangster and transform it to a student, and without rejecting, accepting and allowing it to come. Then all the physical art, when it come to martial art, judo, aikido, this all teach how to use the other's energy and transform it to your energy. There's a way physically you can practice, but it mainly mentally. You can use this any psychological situation, any social environment or the situations to transform and gain your wisdom. That is the Buddha's teaching. So then you have to look for that. If you don't want to change, how it going to happen? So then start for that. And then you go to the other level, another way called Panya Vimukti. You liberate, complete journey, and you liberate with the wisdom. So that is a more higher, deeper level. But so what is that Panya Vimukti means? Yata Bhutang Jnana Dassana. So that's mean if you able to the reality, the truth as it is according to necessary conditions and situations, that itself going to bring wisdom. So then in day-to-day life, rather than making ideas and go with others' ideas, you have to follow the path. For that, you have to develop two qualities. One is called Parato Gosa Jnana. So the Parato Gosa Jnana means it is not listening to everybody. You start to listen to what the Buddha said, Buddha Sutras. And you start to listen to whoever around you as a good friends, whoever try to take you out of the greed, hatred, and the delusion. So that is one of the Parato Gosa Jnana. So you have ability to recognize, oh, this is show the path to truth. Oh, this will take me to liberate. Oh, this will take me to freedom. To recognize that, listening to somebody. So that whatever you listen, it should base with the mostly the Buddha's teaching, not that people's different ideas. Then you caught up. Why? Because your time is very limited, and who knows that tomorrow you can hear or not. We don't know. Suddenly that something start in your ears, and then only one sound. That's it. There are some people experiencing that. And some people tell, Bante, I cannot hear now. This kind of like a vertigo or something, it always one sound, hum sound coming. That's it. So be very careful. So then when you listen and find the right teachings and listen to that. Another thing is Yoniso Manasikara. That the Yoniso Manasikara means you recognize it the beginning point of greed, hatred, and the delusion. That is what I call, when you see the advertisement, if you rather than go with it, if you hold it little bit, eye consciousness, form, feeling, sensation, formation, and recognition. When it comes to the recognition, you recognize this in the beginning, in the desire that whatever hold it to us, within our inner, this everything happening, not with the outside world. So then you become more relaxed, calm down, and you start to maintain your awareness. That is the moment you can live with any situation in life. So Mainly, whatever the greed, hatred, and the delusion arise within us, that even though that you see outside reasons, if you go with it, of course, it's going to be outside world, and you are become part of that outside world, and outside world will keep eating. That's why it called you belong to Mara. And but if you become mindful, and if you, when the things happen to you, when the things arise, if you finding the gap and hold it little bit and look little bit deeply and see from where it deeply happening, you start to recognize there is a deeper connection in you. That is what called sanskara. So deeply rooted desires in you to go with it. That's why it come to you. There is a connection in you. So once you see that, it anymore not going to come and look you, even though it exists there, and there is not going to be a connection. So that can develop by recognizing the beginning point. Beginning point means you're seeing your mind, your awareness, subject and object, and how this subject and object interconnected. So that awareness will take you to your liberation. So then in life, and in the beginning, you have to start with very physical, with this very material world. Forgetting this material world, forgetting this physical world, don't think about development of spirituality. Why? Because your spirituality means the way you maintain your physical and material world. So then how you can start finding the gap in between your experience and reactions. In that gap, you will see the path to liberation. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinassatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi diga yuko bhava. Ittavata ca ammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.